Hey everybody, it's Brad.
And I'm Christa.
For the Big Family Homestead. And today.
Yes, it is today.
It is today.
Mm-hmm.
Today is the day.
It is the day.
It is stew day.
Oh, yeah.
Which makes me very happy. As you can see, I'm partly made of actual stew. Hey everybody.
Alrighty.
Well, let's see who's in the chat already. Ephesians 3:20, SM space G loves to bake Shawina, China Wooters. Franklin, North Carolina, Candy, Two Sparrows. Let's see who else. Candido, Mike DeFazio, Pirate and the Lumberjack. They're going to do a video shout out with us.
Are they?
They emailed.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. Crying Eyes. Laura, Rachel, let's see. Have I missed anybody else? Steve Gunnick, Country Homestead Preacher. So, welcome everybody.
Hello.
I'm giddy. And I do not use that word lightly. You know, like when Daisy gets all freaked out because there's like fireworks or something, she just like shakes and quakes. Our little
my goodness.
terrier dog.
Daisy's not a fan of fireworks.
I'm kind of thinking
or
that
ATVs or tractors, anything loud.
That's my inner person is quaking with excitement.
But she doesn't quake with excitement. She's fearful of those items.
I do not fear the beef stew.
No, you shouldn't.
I do not fear.
It's delicious and delightful.
Do not fear the beef stew. Don't fear the reaper and don't fear the beef stew.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So tell them about this beef stew.
All right. This beef stew is, it's been a work in progress for many a year. Actually, all of my cooking has been a work in progress for many years. And it just, again, our thing is simple ingredients. I don't like using cans of cream of soup or, boxed this and boxed that and can of this. I'm not a fan of that. So finding the right flavors to go into a beef stew is a process. So what we have here for our beef stew, and now it's not a vegetable beef stew. That was something that we had a little tiff. He's like, you don't put this in there? You don't put this in there? I'm like, you've eaten it dozens of times.
You gotta explain. They don't know what the context is.
Okay, so he's asking.
We're getting ready. We're setting up.
Yep. Go ahead.
You do your thing,
so
sister.
I'm setting things up, right? And we got a box of our Thrive stuff in the mail, and Caleb's looking through, and he's curious of what treats we got this time, and there was tomato powder. He's like, "Oh, leave one of those out." Dad says, "Leave one of those out because you need to put that in your beef stew." No, I don't.
Oh.
He's like, "What? You're supposed to put." No, it's
and
not
I
in the
asked
recipe.
about the tomatoes, and she said, "No, there's never
He's
been
like,
tomatoes."
"Where are the
in there."
tomatoes?" There's no tomatoes in this. I said, it's not a vegetable beef stew. It's a beef stew, an old-fashioned beef stew.
The confusing part is there are vegetables in it.
Well, yes. There's carrots, onions, and potatoes. Yes, but it's not your traditional beef stew or vegetable beef stew where it's got tomatoes and tomato-based. There's tomatoes and corn and green beans. It's whatever you have in your refrigerator you can throw in there. This is a traditional old-fashioned beef stew. And this recipe is in the cookbook.
It is.
Yes.
And I think there's a link down below if you're interested.
There should be a link down
just
below.
saying hi to Monica. She's on here
Monica.
from the Netherlands.
Oh, very cool.
The Netherlands.
I wonder if she knows Inger.
Inger Egermont.
Inger Egermont also watches us
on
from the Netherlands, which I think is very cool.
And there are people asking about the snow melting, and the answer is yes.
Yeah, it's melting.
The garage is about this much in already.
Yeah.
The basement's about half that.
Yeah, and the sump pump is working overtime, so we got to keep an eye on
it. And there's no sign of the ground. It's all snow.
It's all snow still.
So we are going to be in soggy city for a while.
Yeah, well, we had about 4 feet of snow that's melting right now. We went outside, and I don't know what the temperature is, but I went outside just like this, and I was like, holy smokes, it's warm. I couldn't believe it.
And it's probably in the 40s. Uh-oh, here it comes. Sneeze. She's going to do it. Don't sneeze on the meat. Sneeze in the pot. No? You good?
You started talking. It is warm in here, actually.
I know. You're welcome. All right, Mama, let's talk about the ingredients first. Here we go.
Kimmy's here.
Kimmy's here.
Yay!
All right, so here are the ingredients. Tell them about these delightful and
All right,
delicious-
so
what
we
they
have
want.
2 pounds of cubed beef. Now, it says top round beef on here, but I used a blade roast, which is very similar to a chuck roast. It's just been cut a slightly different way to where there's the bone inside of it. Then we have some carrots and some potatoes. We have six carrots and about 4 cups of quartered potato. I cubed them. I didn't quarter them. I cut them smaller. For our spices, we also have 1 whole onion. For spices, we have some garlic. I'll read the exact amounts here because I forget. It says 1/4 teaspoon of garlic salt, 2 bay leaves, 1 tablespoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of sugar, half a teaspoon of pepper, half a teaspoon of paprika, half a teaspoon of allspice, and then your carrots and your potatoes.
And Inger did show up.
She did, but I forgot to mention the lemon juice and the lemon juice and the
Worcestershire sauce.
Worcestershire sauce.
Worcestershire sister sauce.
No, it is not Worcestershire sister sauce.
I think that's better.
We always say that here. Kids, go get the Worcestershire sister sauce.
And no one really knows what's made of.
No.
It's
Well, I
like
can
probably
tell ya.
made of like mushroom paste and fairy dust.
It's vinegar, water, molasses.
That's not true.
High fructose
No.
corn syrup, salt.
No.
I know. But okay, you only use a tablespoon, so it's watered down. It's really not.
Oh.
Okay, it's the flavor of the Worcestershire sisters.
Oh boy. Ah boy.
Worcestershire sauce.
Which is your sister sauce?
Anyway, I'm gonna
I think
I'm
it's
gonna
made
be
of
done
mushroom
now.
paste and fairy dust.
I'll take that.
Yeah.
I'll take
But
that.
these are like very southern, fairies, because whatever.
Yeah.
A lot of
Okay.
tanning on there.
A lot of tan fairies.
They don't get around the equator too often, but
No,
when they
apparently
do,
not.
they bring that sauce with them.
Do they?
They do.
Do they now?
It's a
Okay.
commonly held belief.
Fantastic.
Are you going to cook or what?
I'd like to. I'd like to, but we just keep chatting. So
what's the first thing you do?
all right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to season this this beef here. And I am very sad because if you look here, that is all the pink salt I have left.
Oh.
We are bad preparers. Very bad.
Well, and they haven't seen. Hold the
Okay.
beef up to that camera. I'll go to the close, and you can show them. This is how you cut it up. About what, inch
Just
pieces?
inch cube. I mean, this is kind of, just whatever. It's about inches, about inches. About an inch. About an inch. So I'm just going to season this with salt and pepper, and then I'm going to sprinkle it with flour.
Don't go there. I clicked on the wrong thing. Sorry, guys. I got to turn off the jazz music.
Don't do that.
I messed up again. Excuse me. So just seasoning with salt and pepper.
Just salt and pepper, and then
Let's move this out of the way. We can't see anything. Okay. There we go. That's a little better. That's a little better. Oop, this way.
okay, I'm just going to smoosh this around.
Smooshing.
Going to smoosh it. I should have put the flour on it first, but that's okay.
Hey, Fab Four gal. We know it's Worcestershire.
Yes, we know. We're
It's
silly.
just fun.
Yeah, it messes with the kids.
Yeah. Well, and here's as she's doing that, so you're dousing it with flour.
I'm just sprinkling with flour just to help as a thickener in the stew.
Now, as she is thickening and squooshing and smooshing, I used to work with a guy who did really high-end, expensive wedding videos. So he would come in and we would shoot these wedding videos, and then they would put them on, whatever I forget what channel did it. It was like Lifestyle or something like that. And you'd get interns who didn't really know what they were doing. And so every once in a while we would tell them the wrong word for something, so that, and just be commonly, like VHS tapes. Well, we would tell them the counterpart, the beta tapes. We just in passing, you'd be like, yeah, give me those beta tapes. And you just do it for a week. And then they were gone, and I can only think that they're off there somewhere working at ESPN these days going, hey, hand me that stack of beta tapes. And everybody around them is going, looking at him like, does he know?
This guy needs
he
to get
know?
out of here.
So, what are you doing back there, sister?
I had to wash the meat goo off my hands.
Meat goo.
I don't
Okay.
like meat goo on my hands.
Alrighty.
So, okay, I've got our not stock pot, our Dutch oven heated up.
Donna Terry's here, and she says, "Now I say, which is your sister's sauce?" Thanks, Krista.
No, it's your sister is a witch sauce.
Oh, my. Excuse me.
Well, in my case, yes. Oh, shoot, did I say that out loud? Okay.
Oops.
That's all right. Nobody knows my sister anyway.
Hopefully she's not watching.
I seriously doubt that.
What are you going to do here?
Okay, so now what we're going to
You're having
do...
an emotional meltdown. You're watching it happen. She's going to start hitting me with stuff and throwing meat at me because I don't... Whatever.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and take half of this meat and I'm going to brown it in this skillet here. I'm going to turn this up high. There's no sizzle. What the heck?
You didn't turn it up high.
You told me to put it on medium.
To
you know
start
what?
with.
You know, I cannot believe I didn't do this. I forgot to put oil in there.
Whoa. This cooking show is horrible.
Man, oh man.
This is, you know what? All I got to say is Martha Stewart, her spirit right now, telepathically, Martha Stewart knows something is wrong. It's like the Jedi, and she feels a tremor in the Force. And she's going, first of all, they're trying to brown meat on low medium heat.
Okay, so my first mistake, you got to turn this pot on high because you want it to brown quickly.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
To see, yes.
I make dudes.
Can we reset this?
Dudes, my dogs. Here's the thing.
Dogs.
My dogs. Listen up. If you've seen any of our videos, you know I have my minimum share of
Wow,
minimum
you got all that?
See? And nobody minds pointing mine out.
Oh my heavens. Okay.
Yeah. So now what, baby?
Nice.
What should we do here?
Cryy eyes, the title correction, trying to cook with Krista while flapping.
I don't understand.
I don't know what the flapping part is.
I don't know.
But it should be trying to cook with Krista because
Martha has other people do it for her. You've got this, says Kimmy.
Oh my goodness.
Gracious. You know what? I'd probably actually pay money to see Kimmy cooking live. Because, wow.
Yeah.
She would be silly.
Oh yeah, no kidding.
Keep her away from the Courvoisier, if you know what I mean, because it could get fatty.
The what?
It's the vino.
Oh.
Stay away from the vino.
Well, no, she probably can't go live because, you know, she's,
What?
no.
What?
She's She does. I watched her video
No,
the other day.
it is not true.
It is.
It is not true.
She has to bleep a lot.
I think it's fake. I don't believe it. Let's cook. Let's stop talking about it. Let's cut to the meat in the pot that's not browning fast.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, there's that. Whoopsie daisy.
I have a spoon in my hand.
And
you better be quiet.
better watch out. I've got cat-like reflexes.
Oh, do you now?
I'm like a ninja. I'm like a big, round, pear-shaped ninja. Sorry, Kimmy. What happens
We
is
love
this.
you dearly. Trust me. This is just...
I cannot be held responsible for the words that are coming out of my own mouth. It's
Okay,
just
stop
impossible.
talking like Nana. It drives me nuts.
Okay, wait, if you guys don't know, we got a big St. Bernard as a pooch. And she's still a puppy, but every time you look at her, I always kind of just start saying what I think she's thinking.
It's ridiculous.
And I don't know how it happened, but Nana became a very large person with a speech impediment. Mm-hmm. And so Nana, when she's talking to you, it's, Daddy, would you please refrain from your silliness because I find it highly offensive. So there's Nana.
And the poor dog can't defend herself. She's laying over there in the corner.
Good Lord. Why don't you brown some meat for crying out loud?
I'm trying. You should have turned the burner on higher.
Oh my Lanta.
All right, so this is browning.
It's finally getting warm.
It's finally getting warm.
warmer.
All right, I'm gonna push this stuff to the one side here, and I'm gonna put slightly a touch more oil. Where did my oil go?
You
Here it is.
cannot use the Nana voice. That is uncalled for.
Oh, be quiet.
She would be highly offended.
Highly offended, I'm sure.
She would.
All right, so I'm gonna put the rest of this beef in here.
Where's the sizzle sound? I can make a sizzle sound. I could go bing, and then it would just do it. No?
Okay.
No.
No.
All right. Well, you got to talk. It's a cooking show.
Okay, so we're gonna continue browning this part here. We're gonna continue browning the other half, and just keep it moving so it doesn't stick.
Shannon Broom is correct. I think the inspiration for Nana's voice started with the water boy.
Yeah, I did actually.
But then I just kind of went with it.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, Fab4 Girl. That is an excellent question.
That sounds like an action figure.
Fab4 Girl. Wonder Twin Powers Activate.
Remember
like
that show? You guys remember that show?
Twin
The Wonder
Powers
Twins
Activate.
Form of. And one of them had to be an animal, and the other had to be an element.
Yeah, yeah.
Form of Ice Bridge. And then you're like a hawk, and you got to carry me to
Right.
save Billy from the drowning river.
Right. Right.
I don't know. So what you were saying, baby?
Okay, so Fab4 Girl asked if I ever use avocado oil, and I will be extremely honest with you. I have not ever used avocado oil because it's expensive. We get this.
But there is an address down below if you want to mail like a case of it.
Right. I use this grapeseed oil, and we get this from Aldi. I think it's like $3.89. And I know.
Super light.
Okay, this olive oil is really, really great. I really like it. It doesn't add any flavor, any added flavor. Like olive oil adds a flavor.
Yeah.
And I'm not a fan of it. I hate olives anyway. I know you do. But, and I know that the thing is to have cold pressed stuff. Okay. Well, this is not cold pressed. It's just grapeseed oil. But I really like it. And I know some people are really picky about that.
I can't reach my olives.
But I'm not. Oh, that's a shame.
See, we're tethered. I was going to go get some
I
olives.
need a hot pad.
Mini
My
mamos.
pot keeps moving.
Mamoos. Eating and watching. I'll melt avocado oil if I can have a lifetime supply of cinnamon buns. Oh my gracious.
Nice.
Those things are delightful.
We have to limit the amount of times we make those. I have to, cut it back because we'll sit and eat a whole tray of them in one sitting.
Yeah, we have like a protective barrier here that shows only what we want you to see. I'll sit up straight there. I'm so thin and fit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. As I fix my shirt. Okay, so while this is simmering,
Tressa's stay-at-home life. Love that apron, Christa. Somebody who is actually in the chat made it.
Oh, is she?
She is.
Okay, so a friend of ours, Lisa Park, made this for me. It goes mid-shin for me, and I absolutely love it. It's colorful and it covers, well, everything except my sides, but that's really okay.
My gracious, that
Yeah.
gives me room to get on in here and get a cuddle.
Oh. All right, so now while that's cooking, I'm going to turn it down just a touch so it doesn't overcook, and I'm going to slice up this onion really quick. I found this beef blade roast works really well for beef stroganoffs and beef stews and things like that. It's so tender. I absolutely love it. Are you seriously still trying to get the olives?
I was just...
Call one of the kids down here.
You're cooking. You
Goofball.
chat it up. Go ahead.
All right, so I'm just going to slice them. I know I'm not making them very thin, but that's okay.
Rainbow Valley Ranch. I do that too. I never show my sink. It's always full of dishes.
Yeah.
They are full of dishes.
Ours is full. I had to divide them out so that it was lower than the top so you couldn't see it.
I'd like Brad to wear a Beatles wig the next time you do your cooking statement. Yeah.
Funny.
Yeah.
Funny. All right, I'm throwing the onion in here. You hush.
I tell you what, my opinion on the Beatles is in terms of rock bands, they are the world's best rock band, period. And every other rock band is simply in varying degrees of trying to copy them.
That's funny.
And yeah, some do a good job, and then you have bands like Five Finger Death Punch, which
right.
They don't really, they didn't try hard to sound like the Beatles.
No. Okay. So I've got the onion in here. I'm going to just toss this around a bit. See, I let it sit too long. It's sticking to the bottom. But that's okay because when I add the water, it's going to get all of those yummy bits off the bottom.
beef bits.
Yes, the beef bits. And that's the flour too, is, you know, the flour is caked on there too. But I want these onions to just kind of soften up a bit.
Shannon, Brad, you have a radio voice. I can do the low, like movie guy voice. You know what? The dramatic thing. Let's see if I can do it. I usually have to be good and sick.
Yeah.
Let's see. One man against all odds.
My goodness gracious.
The Beatles reunion.
It just sounds painful.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
They pay guys a lot of money to do that. That's what's funny.
Yeah.
A Barry White impression. Yeah. Oh, baby.
Didn't mean to harm you.
I never meant to harm you. I'll never beat you down like that again.
Yeah.
Barry White. Okay, so what's going on over there in the pot?
All right. So right now the onions are getting nice and tender. I have to turn that back up.
Turn it up, baby. Turn it up.
Yeah. And the meat's not completely cooked through either, which is good. We don't want that to be.
Mike DeFazio. In a world covered by thorn bushes. I have no reason to make the world covered in thorn bushes. I just thought, we've got movies now with like flying island cities that fight each other.
Yeah.
That looked silly. That looked like a huge waste of money. And I say, naughty, 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 Peter Jackson. Bad career move.
What movie was this?
It was some movie. I didn't even give it enough time to. I saw like part of a trailer, and they're like these flying cities, and they drive on. Some of them drive. I think they think it was like cities that are mechanical, and they fight each other, and blah blah blah. Silliness.
Yeah. Sounds like a utter waste of time.
Yeah, but Peter Jackson, shame on you.
Exactly.
You're a New Zealander. You should know better.
Is he?
New Zealand.
Is he though? I thought he was from England. No, he's not.
Is he?
No.
Would somebody IMDb where Peter Jackson's from?
I thought he was.
Por favor. Mike DeFazio, you should know this.
American.
You shouldn't even have to. He's not American. That I know. If he is, he's got a horribly bad accent.
I don't know. So what I'm doing is I'm just kind of slicing these carrots kind of thick.
Steve, don't throw me under the bus. I'm still not ready. I actually hurt my voice really, really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, in coming back from that, if I come back too soon and try to sing too soon, I'll just hurt it right back.
Yeah.
So it's not that I don't want to sing, guys. I promise you, it's as soon as I can, I will.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and pour this water in.
How many?
4 cups of water.
In you go.
And you could use beef broth. I use water and then I add my seasonings. So it's not a
New Zealand.
Okay. Weird. I thought he was not. I don't know. Okay, so I'm just going to scrape these bits off the bottom.
New Zealand. We've got friends in New Zealand.
Yes,
Every
we do.
once in a while, they mail us goodies from Weta.
Kiwi
Yes.
Homestead.
Kiwi Family
Kiwi
Homestead.
Wannabe Homestead.
That's right.
Yeah. We get these
Super
awesome treats from New Zealand. It's great. I love it.
Jess Bee Farm. Are you getting into beekeeping anytime soon? Yes. Here's the thing.
That's news to me. Not really. I'm teasing.
Christa, are you going to change your clothes today? I don't need to ask that.
No, it was a joke. Calm down.
So
I know
funny.
we're going to get into bees.
So funny. Anyway, the thing is this. This home that we're in is like a lease purchase. So we don't own it yet, which would explain why we haven't fixed the drains yet, because it's not ours yet. We're gonna. But we want to make sure that everything goes smooth and there's no weird things happening.
Because we've moved bees before and it's not fun.
Moving bees, what was that last? We moved 15 hives?
20 hives.
Yeah, at one time. And it was zero fun.
Yeah.
And so I don't want to have to move bees again. So I'm waiting till we get...
Yeah, because they're heavy.
Well, and if you don't do it right, you're going to get owned.
Yep.
And we did. Mm-hmm. Okay, this is a true story. Me and a buddy of mine, we were setting up 20 beehives at this farm that did all organic stuff, and they were our dairy because we couldn't get raw milk in Ohio. Mm-hmm. Well, we were straight up newbie beekeepers, did not really know what we were doing, and all we did was we watched a bunch of YouTube videos, and so we bought all these packaged bees. We got a bunch of them, 20 of them. And we're like, okay, spray them down with the sugar syrup, because you're supposed to spray them down with the sugar syrup so they calm them down, and then you smoke them with your smoker, and we don't know what we're doing, and we're like, okay, how do you get the bees out of there? We got the queen in there, we got her out, and you're supposed to leave her in there or else they'll kill her. Mm-hmm. And
they'll eat through the marshmallow to get to her.
Well, that's a whole other thing.
Right.
But we're like, okay, go bees, go. Mm-hmm. And they're not coming out of the little hole in the can. And so we're shaking them, and they're not coming out. And so we're like, okay, well, let's just, leave them in there, and we'll kind of set them there. And we moved on to a few more hives. And the bees got angrier and angrier as we went on.
And kept shaking them.
So 3 hives in, they were like, we're done? And they came at us like a fog of death, running for our faces, flying. He got
crazy.
like 8 stings in his head. Uh-huh. I got about 10 all over my back.
And he wouldn't wear a suit.
Neither did I.
Yeah, well. And we have a full suit, and we have tops as well. So when you wear the top, you have to remember to cuff your pants.
Always. And trust me, there's a reason why you have to cuff your pants, and I know intimately why you cuff your pants. Right. Okay, back to cooking.
All right, so I'm going to add a 1/4 teaspoon of garlic, which, I got to start rethinking that amount because I think it needs to be higher. But you just want a little bit.
We'll put a little in. Nobody saw. It didn't go. See here. Hey, Kathy, she's from France.
There you go.
Cool.
Very cool.
All right.
Okay.
Encouraging mamas from Texas. Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to add 1/2 teaspoon of paprika.
Honey, that's not paprika.
Okay. It says paprika on it.
She got oh man.
I got the right one.
I made poor Donna Terry she almost passed out when I thought she had the hot stuff.
That was really funny.
What are you putting in there?
Well, you were talking, so I can't talk over you.
What are you talking about?
1/2 teaspoon of pepper, and then 1/2 teaspoon of allspice. I know a lot of people are like, "What in the world is she doing?" Trust me,
and then you're supposed to find. Then you got to find a barn cat. You just drag the barn cat through. You just kind of mop it in there.
No.
And then you let it go.
No, and now we need 2 bay leaves. Actually, I'm going to mix this up really quick to get those spices mixed in. And then I'm going to add the bay leaves.
Mortal Engines, SMG. That was it. That was the weird movie.
Oh.
Peter Jackson, shame on you.
I don't remember that one.
You're a New Zealander. You should know better.
All directors need to, make a bad choice once in a while.
Whoa.
Oh.
He can't do that. And you know
Sure
what? That's
can.
Okay, you want a personal pet peeve. Lord of the Rings was great. Then they messed The Hobbit up so bad.
He didn't do The Hobbit, did he? Or did he?
Do you think I know?
I don't know.
That is sad. That is sad.
2 bay leaves. I'm going to leave them whole because we're going to pull those out later.
Zaragine is asking, you used grounded allspice, ?
Ground allspice, yes.
They might not have that where she lives.
Yeah, ground allspice. And I've had this container for years. But because I don't use it very often, I use it when I make beef stew, and that's pretty much it.
Why are your hands all purple, honey? Why?
Is that what I get? I was wondering if people were going to notice. Okay, my hand is purple. Here, go to the close-up cam.
Oh, close cam. Purple hand.
Purple hand. No, I did not stick my hand in the
cookie jar.
No, I'm thinking of the abyss.
In the toilet.
Yeah, I didn't stick it in the toilet.
Willy Wonka style. She stole the gum and ate it.
I did not. This is the last.
Turn into Violet.
I'm turning Violet. No, our cows have a touch of ringworm, and they're itching, and they're pulling their hair off. So what I did was we have what's called Blue Coat, and that stuff is a fungicide and an antiseptic. So I went and sprayed the cows yesterday.
I got a video of that. That'll be in a video coming up probably tomorrow.
So poor Macy is from this part of her face back to the shoulder bones. She's all purple.
She got into Willy Wonka's gum.
Mm-hmm. So, and then 2 of the steers have it, and Dottie has a tiny bit. So she's just got a few purple spots. But so I'm purple today. This hand's not so bad.
So I think you've caused a controversy here, baby. Because
what'd I do?
The allspice.
Yeah.
I'm seeing that people are like, that sounds interesting. Some people are saying I've never used it. And all I can say is try it.
it's only a half a teaspoon, but it adds some really cool flavor.
I'm very sensitive to that kind of stuff,
Yes.
and it really is delicious.
Yeah.
You betcha, 78. Yes, we could catch some swarms. And I've got friends that have done that, and I've even built swarm traps, but we never really did it.
Yeah.
We've kept bees for, what, 6 years?
6 years, yeah.
6 years, and then when we moved here, we had to take a break. Number one, because I don't want to kill them.
Right.
And it's where we live is extremely hard to keep bees overwintered.
Right.
I have a friend at church who's got some means. He's a man of means.
Right.
And he has even built a shed that is temperature controlled for his bees.
Yeah. So he moves them all into this room over the winter.
And he even has trouble keeping them alive.
Yeah.
And so we will do, oh my gosh, look, there's the sky.
What is that?
There's clouds.
What? That's crazy.
Whoa. Anyway, sorry. Distracted by awesomeness.
Yeah.
So what are you cooking? Sorry,
Okay,
baby.
so I've got to put the lemon juice, and I know, again, lemon juice, you're nuts. It just adds just a bit. There's a tablespoon of lemon juice, and then a tablespoon of the Worcestershire sauce.
Which is your sister's sauce? Purple cows make grape milk. Purple milk.
That's funny.
That's great. And as you're doing that, hold on. Let me close up so they can see. In you go.
Yep.
And Shannon Broom is asking a basic homesteading question.
Sure.
And that is this. Since you guys have experience, I was thinking of going in half on a calf for harvesting with my brother. All expenses split. Would that be worth it for a family of 10? The short answer is heck yeah.
Oh my gosh, for a family of 10?
Okay, but
Wait.
now you got to explain one of our situations because that, in terms of money. We just butchered a cow.
Okay, so, we have, 6 months out of the year we have grass. The other 6 months we have to buy hay.
Or we're hoping to make our own hay. but
Next
that's
year
another
we're
thing.
hoping to make hay. While the sun shines? Yes.
Make that hay while... No, keep going.
So, so we last fall, before it got cold, it was October, late October, early November, we butchered a steer, and the meat that we got back was about 350 pounds, and we paid $215 for all of that beef. What?
Is that plugged in? Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah, babe, it's
Sorry,
plugged in.
distracted. I didn't see the red light.
It
So we
just
got how
takes
much
a while.
beef? Sorry.
We got
sorry.
350 pounds of beef for $215. Now that was just the butcher's fee, okay? Now you've got to put in your grain feed. If you can arrange it to where you're feeding the calf milk that you have yourself instead of buying or milk replacer. I always do that.
There is no such thing as calf
No, there's
replacer.
not. No, milk. If you're feeding milk from your cow instead of buying milk replacer, you've saved a ton of money there, and you can grow the calf bigger because you can feed it milk longer. If you can feed them grass that you grow yourself and get hay at inexpensive prices,
It's even cheaper.
then it's even cheaper. I mean, I think total price with the butcher fee and all the feed, we probably spent $500 total for a 350-pound animal.
Yeah, but that's what we got.
That's how much meat we got.
Now keep in mind, you're talking prime ribs.
Prime rib,
Lots of prime rib.
blade roasts, chuck roasts, tenderloins,
More ground beef than we can use in a year.
T-bones, ribeye steaks, ground beef. I mean, we probably had 60 2-pound packages of ground beef alone.
Yeah. And so if you have a family of 10, you seriously may want to consider the whole cow.
I was going to say the whole cow probably would be worth it.
If I don't remember, I can't read every comment, but I try to get them all. No, but I think they might have been in Texas. And if they're in Texas and they're on grass most of the year,
your cost goes way down then. Yeah.
You'll be like $1 a pound.
Yeah. Of course, during the summertime, it probably gets too hot for the grass to really grow.
Depends on where they are.
If
Mama,
it's dry.
It snows in Texas.
True, I
Up
know.
North. Up
Yeah.
north.
Okay. Yeah. Mike DeFazio says, I guess the supermarket would be the calf replacer.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah, I always do that.
All right. So what's next?
All right. So what really is going to need to happen? Okay, we're not going to do that for here. this is going to simmer.
No, we'll wait.
I know, but this should simmer for probably 2 hours. But we don't have time to do that. So this is just about coming to a boil, so I'm going to go ahead and put the potatoes and the carrots in.
They're in South Carolina. Yeah, you'll have grass most of the year.
Yeah, you won't have to buy much hay.
Yeah, not a lot.
Right. Also, I forgot the sugar. I'm going to put a little bit of sugar in there.
Yeah, you do need the sugar.
Little bit of sugar. And then we thicken it at the end.
So now the goal is to get that to a boil.
Right.
And just so you guys know, the reason why we cook like this is just because it's the live thing. Mm-hmm. We don't want to have our backs turned to you over there, and it would be really difficult to put the cameras in there in a way that would look like a show. Right.
But what I could do is put this on the stove over there.
Maybe.
For now.
I mean, you got it on high. The trick is these hot plates take a long time to do any kind of change.
Cover it.
So in the meantime, well, we're going to play Truth or Dare. No. Not really. Not really.
No.
How about that? What's that game? 2 Lies and a Truth?
Okay. Could do that.
Okay, so start with you. Go. 2 Lies and a Truth.
Oh dear Lord. No, I'm not creative.
They gotta dust this off. Okay, so how about this? I'll do it. I think I know what I can do.
All right, hold on. Fab 4. No peas. We don't put peas in there. No.
Time out.
No.
Flag on the play.
play.
Holding.
No. Sorry.
No.
No, we don't put peas in our beef stew.
You know what? I'll say there is a British dish that I want to try.
Okay.
They call them mushy peas.
Huh?
Mushy peas.
Thought you didn't like peas.
I like peas. I just don't like peas in something else. But if it's peas by itself, I'm down.
Okay.
And what I've seen is they get the peas just right, and then they will put butter in them, a little cream, and some onion, and they smash them into like think of it like mashed potatoes.
Like creamed corn?
Like mashed potatoes.
Ew.
Not creamed corn, mashed potatoes.
No.
Yes, mushy peas.
No, that's wrong.
Mushy peas. Anybody had mushy peas?
I don't know.
Huh?
Okay, why no peas? Because this is a beef stew.
Not a vegetable stew.
Not a vegetable stew.
You could go vegetable beef, and you could throw whatever you want in there.
And this is just okay. I am not a huge fan of vegetable beef stew. I'm not at all. I don't like cooked tomatoes, big chunks of cooked tomatoes. I'm not a fan. So I've found this and I have found this recipe to work for what I like and for what the rest of the family likes. It still has vegetables in it, but not peas and beans and corn and tomatoes. I'm just not a fan.
Wow, this is an interesting thing. First of all, mixed bag on the mushy peas. Some people say they're amazing. Some people are like, no, sacrilege. But this is interesting. Shannon, my mom makes amazing English pea dumplings.
Interesting.
So you would probably have to cook them, and then instead of using a lot of flour, I'm guessing, that's what you would make your dumpling with?
I don't know.
That sounds like that would be a great video to make, Shannon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Trust me, Christa it's nice.
Okay.
Mushy peas.
All right, I'll take your word for it.
Mushy peas.
I'm pretty particular about my peas. I will eat them.
Eat them, yes you will.
Yes, I will.
Eat them on the windowsill?
No.
Eat them in a bush you see? Eat them far away from me?
I can never have a conversation with you. Good Lord.
You can't stay on target. Ooh, hi-ya.
I can't stay on target. Wait a minute. You can't stay on target, squirrel.
Oh, they're saying smashed peas with mint. I don't know if I could do the mint.
Oh, yeah, no, I don't think I could
do. I could do probably butter and onion and smoosh them up. Make it like a paste, I guess.
Karen, she's from Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
Well, that reminds me, we got to make more sazon.
Yeah, I made some the other day when I changed out our jars.
This girl makes the most amazing red beans and rice.
Well, okay. Have I told? Okay, truth and a lie.
Well, it's got to deal with red beans and rice now. We're cooking Puerto Rican food.
2 truths and a lie.
2 truths and a lie. You used to fly combat missions back in Nam.
Right.
In an F-4 Phantom plane. Is that one true?
No.
No. How about she actually went to clown school at Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Clown School in Sarasota, Florida?
Is that true?
Or does it have to do with, I don't know, Puerto Rican food?
I am part Puerto Rican. So growing up, my aunts always made empanadas and oh shoot, I had a blank on the bananas. What are the
Plantain.
tostones? Those are my favorite. I love tostones. Empanadas, tostones, and red beans and rice. That was a staple for our family. We ate it all the time, and I make it all the time. Well, not all the time. I make it probably once a month for our family. So I make the sofrito from scratch. I make the sazon from scratch.
Yep.
The beans come from a can.
I feel so bad for peas everywhere. I feel like they're being picked on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pick peas.
Yeah. So yeah, Karen, I used to use the sazon in the package, but I looked at how much salt and how much MSG is in there. I created my own. And this was super, super easy. It's
equal parts.
Equal parts of paprika, salt, garlic, cumin, and coriander. That's it. And we use it for taco meat. We use it for red beans and rice. And even I'll season chicken with it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So.
Oh, and our tortilla soup.
Oh, yeah.
It's easy.
Yeah.
You just can of this, can of that, can of that. Make sure there's enough sazon and it's delicious.
Yeah. You know what? Mofongo, I've heard of it. I don't remember having that when I was a kid.
I remember when we were first dating, and your mom had the empanadas.
My mom never made those. My aunt made those.
Somebody made them.
My aunt made those.
Unreal good.
Yeah.
And she doesn't like the olives. I love that. It's so good.
That's the only thing. My aunt would make it with the green olives.
Hold on, let me show them.
Oh, sorry.
Show and tell.
My aunt would make it with the green olives. This is not done yet.
It still hasn't been boiled yet.
No, it hasn't even boiled yet. I'm going to put it on the stove.
Okay.
But my aunt would make the empanadas with green olives, and I would always,
Love it.
And whole ones
Love
too.
it.
I would always pick them
Here,
out.
why don't we move that over here and we'll show them what you were making earlier. Mama made earlier a couple loaves of bread. And was this the Amish white?
No, that's the French bread.
See, but now here's the thing. I know we always get junk from people when they say, oh, that's not French bread and then they give like a slew
has
of
sugar
reasons.
In it.
Yeah. I think that's Jonathan. Jonathan's driving by. I think he's turning in here. Let's see. Our son. Is that him?
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is him. He took his topper off.
And he head that way.
He's not coming over.
Turkey, whatever. But we always get junk for the breads that you make if it's not exactly the right thing. But it's the ingredients. We know this is not the traditional shape of a French bread.
No, it makes really delicious sandwich bread. I really love it. It's light and fluffy. It's not fluffy like Wonder Bread. It has some texture to it and some weight to it. Exactly.
But it's not like thwack.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So Mike DeFazio says your Sasson and Thrive seasoning is all we use all the time now.
Oh, good.
Oh my gosh, that stuff is so good.
Yeah, I love it.
And there's just the right amount of peppers in it. Like there's red peppers in there, but it just sweetens it up just a little bit.
Yeah, I gotta move
so
that
now,
out of the way so I don't burn
you know
myself.
what? Let's just recap while we're here.
Okay.
So that because the recipe.
Yeah.
Now you can vary on what you're doing here, and I know a lot of people were saying, well, you should add the green beans, or you should add this, or you should add that. You can add whatever you like.
Exactly. You can add whatever floats your boat. This is just the core recipe that I really like. And this is great with biscuits, but I had already made bread today, so we're not going to make biscuits for later. But yeah, I like pouring it over biscuits. It's really yummy.
Hey, why don't you keep that on high, Mama? The reason being is you're going to have to bring that back over here to show them.
All right.
Yeah. Now, the trick, the only thing left here is that you got to wait, and how are you going to thicken it?
Well, at the end, you take a half a cup of water and a quarter cup of flour, and you make a slurry with that. You could use cornstarch, but I use flour, and you just make a little slurry with it, and then you pour that into the hot boiling liquid of the stew, and
we can show.
Yeah, we can show, but I gotta wait till that starts to boil.
Right. Steve Gunning says red beans and rice are great with some gunpowder. Now, what you guys may not know is that he is an accomplished season maker, blender. He mailed us some I guess it's like a super flavorful, almost barbecue, little hottish seasoning that he calls gunpowder. And if you're interested in finding out, I don't know how they could get in touch with you, but if you want to put an email up, that's completely up to you, brother.
Yeah.
But it's delicious. But I have never thought to put it in red beans and rice because that would be sacrilegious here, because her red beans and rice is just silly.
Yeah.
What's the
really
green
good.
stuff that you use?
Sofrito.
And
Okay, sofrito is a combination of tomatoes, peppers, I think there's a green and a red pepper, tomatoes, garlic, cilantro, and parsley. And it's ground into I mean, you could drink it if you wanted, but it's like a juice. It's a really thick
but it's
juice.
super
yummy.
flavorful.
Right. All right. Is that cara? Cara. I've always said empanadas the way my aunt said it, so sorry if I'm not saying it correctly.
Is it wrong?
Up at the top here, she's like, say it right, and she spelled out how to say it, but my aunt always said empanadas. So
see, here's the thing, guys. We're where we're from. Like, she grew up in Ohio. I was born in Milwaukee. We met in Florida. Our families have been really all over the map. And Florida is kind of like a melting pot.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny because when you move to a certain area, there's usually an accent vocally,
right.
that you'll get. But Florida is just such like a melting pot that it's kind of, there isn't one. And so when we learn from all these cultures and all these cultures blend together, it's kind of a weird thing because, you know, like if you're in Boston, you know what you're going to get. You get the Boston sound.
Yeah.
And so even though she grew up around Latin-speaking people, you didn't really keep it because it was just whatever it was in school. And so we don't have the northern sounding, hey, oh, there, here.
No.
We don't have that. And I'm not jealous of that. I don't disdain them of that.
No, every region has its own, not dialect, but own
Isms.
And own
Slang, sound.
Yeah, every region has its own sound, and I think we've been around to so many different places.
We just never adopted one.
We never adopted one, no.
Yeah.
Because I was born and raised in Columbus, Ohio, and then moved to Florida, and then we moved back to Ohio, and now we're up here. So I haven't been in very many states, but it's Midwest is straight up. I think the way we speak is Midwest.
I don't know if we have a sound.
I don't know.
So, but up here, the Wisconsin thing, there's one thing that is so funny, and I don't understand it. Like, a lot of the guys around here, as a job, they are truck drivers.
Right.
They will drive a truck as their job. You know, they'll work for a cheese factory or they'll work for a mink farm or whatever it may be. But if you live here, you do not drive a truck for a living. No. You drive truck. They just leave out those extra words. Like I even heard a radio ad that was like they were looking for people that would come and drive a truck for their business. And the radio ad said, if you drive truck, you need to talk to us. And because they said, you know the difference.
There is a difference.
There is a difference.
I can drive a truck, but I can't drive truck.
It's a big difference.
It's a huge difference.
It's a big difference.
Yeah. So, okay.
What are you working on now?
I'm
Don't forget that is warm, baby.
I know, and I'm trying to avoid it.
My girlfriend from Panama says it like you, says Marilyn.
Okay.
No.
So I'm not...
You're not alone.
I'm not alone. Okay. That's good.
So you're going to make your slurry?
I'm going to make my slurry here.
Let me show you the camera so you can see where you're at.
Okay.
There we go.
So I've got a half a cup of water. And then I'm going to add a quarter cup of flour, which I never measure. So it's like that.
Yeah. Lisa Shoemaker, Wisconsin here, flood day. Yeah, it's
crazy.
It's in the house.
The Medford schools closed yesterday.
Yeah, Medford schools.
And I don't understand why. Yeah, that's boiling.
You're
like crazy.
slurrying.
Yeah. And
well,
I'm just trying to get the lumps out. Here. Yeah, it will. Just trying to make sure that there's no lumps because Mom told me when she was showing me how to cook. You have lumps in your slurry, then you have lumps in your gravy. It's like, all right, got it.
Nobody wants slurry lumps.
No.
Or lumpy
And
slurry.
this is not a thick one. Like for gravy, I would make it a lot thicker, like pancake batter.
You're not trying to make it like paste.
No, it's just a very thin liquid. All right, I'm going to very carefully bring this over.
Lisa Park, I'm going to answer your question. Yes, Christa did make that skirt. As a matter of fact,
did.
She just made it.
I made it on Sunday?
Yeah.
Sunday.
She found a great deal on some material.
Uh-huh, yeah.
Was that one of the double-sided ones?
No, I haven't made that one yet. I'm going to make that one soon.
Inger Egermont says we make stew with a lot of baked onions and call it hachi or hachi. We eat it with mashed potatoes. That sounds delightful.
Oh, wow.
Steve Gunning at Mike DeFazio. Okay, they're chatting it up about the deliciousness. Oh, now we're talking. Look at that. Now we got some action.
You just needed to cook with some gas.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah. Okay. So now we're going to, I'm going to actually leave that on high.
Yeah, you're almost there.
Yeah.
So it's actually thickening up nice.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, if you don't want it any thicker than this, then leave it alone. But this is not thick enough for us.
And the veggies aren't cooked all the way
No.
yet.
No.
Italioriana? I apologize if I'm saying that wrong. Krista, where did you get those lids on those mason jars?
Oh, these are actually the Pioneer Woman mason jars. And they came with these lids. These are not for canning. These are just for decoration. Brad bought these for me last year for drinking glasses.
Yep.
But they're too narrow to be able to wash easily.
Yep.
So I decided to put spices in them.
Yep. Okay. Folks have been asking about, can you use the Thrive Life ingredients for this? And the answer is absolutely yes.
Oh yeah, it would cook a lot faster.
It's easy. I mean,
Yeah.
then you literally just have to heat it up to the point where everything is warm and make sure that the sauce is to a thickening of your liking.
Yep.
It would take no time.
Right.
Probably 15 minutes.
Exactly. Okay, so essentially this is done.
Let me show. Show.
This is, it's got the right thickness. It's not too thick and it's not too thin. It's not like a broth. It's got a little bit of thickness to it. So I'm going to taste it really quick, make sure it's got enough salt.
Franklin NC, a great day for stew and buttermilk biscuits.
Yeah, baby.
I agree with you. And had she not already made this lovely bread just a few hours ago, I would be with you on that. Mm-hmm. And I'll tell you what, another thing, guys, the allspice and the bay leaves, you can smell them really nice, but it's not overpowering.
Right.
Not overpowering at all.
Okay.
Give her a go. Gonna give her a go.
I just want a little bit so I can taste it.
Careful,
Not
baby.
melt my face off.
Careful, baby.
Oh yeah, needs salt.
Need salt?
Needs salt.
Okay.
I think I forgot to add the salt earlier.
Christa Parnell. So I'm new to your channel. I was watching on how you only spend $500 a month on food. Do you guys still only spend that much? Yes. Yep. But that's the short answer.
Yes.
The longer answer is we live on a homestead and we grow a lot. We can a lot of food. We raise our own beef. We raise our own pigs. We raise our own chickens. We raise our own eggs.
Yep.
We are beginning to make cheeses and
we have our own milk cow. Yeah.
And so for us, $500 is actually a lot for a month. Because a lot of the stuff that costs a lot of money, all your meats and stuff, for us it's cheap. It's like $1 a pound when you figure it out.
So I added about a teaspoon of salt, maybe a teaspoon and a half. I kind of just filled up this part of my hand right here with salt, and that made it perfect. So
yeah,
just salty enough for him, and
yeah.
So.
Could you do an update to meal planning? You know what? It's probably about time we should. Maybe
it's
the
almost
beginning,
the beginning
of next
the
month.
Yeah, it's almost the beginning of the month.
Because when we do them, we like to do them right around the first of the month. Yeah, you know what? I think we'll put that on the schedule.
Yeah.
Please, sir, may I have some more? Yes. So,
yeah.
In truth, that's just now time.
This is, I usually like to simmer this for about 20 minutes with the veggies in it, just so that they can be nice and soft and not completely obliterated. So we'll probably eat dinner early tonight.
I bet we will.
So.
I think that's it then.
I think so.
I need to get over there.
Do you? Here you go.
I could slip into a native voice and...
Stop.
My doggy Nana, this is how she speaks in her head. She tells me things. She says, Daddy, please, let me have some of that delicious looking beef stew. That's how she thinks. Nana's over there splayed out on the ground.
I wish he could go back and not have Nana's voice.
You cannot undo
yes,
what
you
has
can,
already
actually.
been done. You cannot. The genie is out of the bottle. Okay, guys.
Oh, my heavens.
Anyway.
Oh, Jess Bee Farm, any update on the soap? This weekend we'll be making more because we're actually almost sold out.
What?
Yes.
Wow, praise God.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you guys. We're
And what
really
you guys
grateful.
don't know is for those of you who bought soap, and we know who you are. No,
Actually,
we do.
We do.
For those of you who bought soap, it's actually the money that we're using to get our new website put up. Because the website, we have like one for like information, and then we have one that's a store that you can buy stuff from. But we didn't have enough money to make those two one unit. And now, because of you guys buying the soap, pretty quickly we will be able to have one site instead of two, and it'll be a lot more efficient for everybody.
Definitely.
So any last questions before we head? Have your artisan bread resting, yes?
Oh, good.
Zeragim, thank you for streaming today. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Let's see.
We got to figure out what to make next week.
Brad speaks Nana.
Oh.
Yes, no, stop.
Stop. No, stop. Stop. No, stop.
They want to hear what
Kim,
Nana's
Kim.
Nana is very concerned that you are not.
There is a video on the bread that I made this morning. It is the French bread video. We did it live a few weeks ago. And that one probably will be a little bit more in detail how we do it. But we've also done one a few years back. So.
Did you give up the Facebook channel? The answer is no. We still do that. But
not very often.
Well, the thing is this, is that Claire, our daughter Claire, has been helping out with that. She will post stuff just because when you have life, and then I have my job, I do video editing and video production for other people.
And I homeschool the kids.
It gets busy.
Yeah. Been busy, mate?
Been busy? Have you been busy? Yes, I have, mate. I have been busy. Busy in the blow fire
Stop.
barbecue.
Please stop. I started it, but...
Yeah, you can't wind up the toy and then not expect it to zip around.
I know. Janice, she said she can't believe what Nana did.
I know.
So there was a comment. It was quite hysterical. It was fairy dust. Somebody, Tinkerbell was here.
That makes
and
a whole new spin
sprinkled
on that
her
story with tinkle sauce.
With fairy dust, and she flew up there.
She got bumped. That was the highest corner.
She just really wanted to be out of there. I don't know what her deal is. This is a new thing that she started doing. She's never had a problem being in her kennel. And
only when we're gone.
Only when we're gone. That's the only time we're in there. Now, of course, when we were cleaning the basement yesterday, she was in her kennel. Was it yesterday or day before? Day before. She was in her kennel because when her and Daisy are up here, they wreak all kinds of havoc.
Yes, they do.
It's crazy.
Jesus is Lord is saying, check your PM.
Okay.
YouTube doesn't private message. Oh, you
no,
must be talking
on Facebook,
about Facebook.
On
okay.
Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah, I check that probably once a week or every other week. So.
Yep.
I'm not on it very often.
Alrighty, guys. So last view of the stew, stew view. And with that, we are going to have dinner early with delightful bread, and we hope that you guys have a blessed and amazing day.
Yeah.
All right? So now do your river dancing and take us out.
Yeah, no. Sorry, no.
She can clog. No. She can clog like something that doesn't let things through it. I can clog if I wanna. You can clog if you want to.
Which I don't.
You can leave your legs behind. Bye.
Don't do that.
No, we want to do this.
Right. You hit exit.